Welcome, welcome. My special guest, Monique. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing excellent. I'm doing excellent. We had some technical difficulties, people. That's why we were a few minutes late. So appreciate anybody that was sitting back waiting because I know a couple people said they was gonna check it out tonight. So appreciate everybody that kind of held off for a few minutes. We got them straight. We back all connected, and she is here with me. So you ready to go traveling?
I'm ready.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm ready to go traveling myself. It's been a crazy year. Uh, this coronavirus is just threw everybody plans off.
It really has. It really has.
And
But
I
I think
know,
people are making the most of it. I think it's bringing people closer together.
yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is because uh, I seen a lot of people, as bonding as far as supporting with the Black Lives Matter movement. A lot of people supporting black businesses again, and putting a more emphasis on networking in our community, and I think that's been a part of being that a lot of people have been home and not out and about, so you have more time to really just figure out what it is you want to do and who you want to do it with. So I, like you say, I think it's about a lot of people together as well. And how has the coronavirus and all that stuff played a part in the travel business?
Oh my gosh, it's impacted the travel business tremendously. Even my full-time job, I do sales and marketing, and our product involves people that have to travel up for business or schools to be open. So it's just been hectic. For the travel business, cruises are shut down, people trying to get their money back, flights canceled. I think I lost already two vacations, and
Okay,
one in March, one in April. I had purchased, just put down a down payment for a cruise coming up at the end of October. That's not going to happen. I think cruises have canceled, up until maybe March of next year.
wow, wow, okay, because I know some people who said they had some cruises planned for like the end of the year, so that means they're gonna have to get refunds, or how does that work if you have something planned already?
Funds, or they can probably do a credit where they can still travel with the cruise line, but for another time.
Okay, okay, that's cool, that's cool. Well, that, and generally when you change, because you changing now seasons, probably if you might have been going in the winter where it may have been a little bit cheaper than
Right.
going springtime or summertime. How does that, does that play a role in anything?
Yeah, if you do have a plan, if you do have a cruise or vacation plan in the winter, depending on where you're going, it could be their peak time or not. But, for us, if we're just going, to the Caribbean or something like that, it's warm all year around. So that really doesn't make a difference. But
Okay.
anything, normally hurricane season is when you find the cheaper deals. Um,
and
but closer to Christmas, it's going to be a little bit more expensive.
and what exactly is hurricane season? Because I hear this all the time, and I'm like, I'll hear they say it's hurricane season, and it's
Mhm.
not,
It's up
I'm
until I think it's like
okay,
October, mid-November. But
okay.
yeah, right now it doesn't even matter because nobody's going anywhere. I
Nobody's
will
going
say
away.
this. They have opened up Mexico. I know a lot of people are going to Mexico. So if anybody's
Okay.
interested in going to Mexico, I can definitely help you with that. I'm planning to go to Mexico
Oh
close
yeah.
to the end of the month. Yes. Cancun, your regular Cancun, Tulum, uh,
Mhm.
Riviera Maya.
So what kind of traveling, since that's not a cruise, right?
It's not a cruise. It's just a flight right over to Mexico. So you can do like your all-inclusive package, which includes your air and your hotel and your all your meals and your drinks.
Okay, so you don't, so I can get the same kind of deal without going on the boat, just on the plane.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm not sure if a lot of people know that, because maybe, with that information, people can change. Okay, instead of having to wait till next year, still kind of go where they want to go
Yeah.
and just fly there.
Yeah, it just depends. Like I know Mexico right now does not have any travel restrictions. Jamaica's open back up, but you do have to fill out like a form
Okay.
to make sure that you don't have coronavirus, and you do have to, do a COVID test 72 hours before you arrive. So within the U.S.,
Okay.
you can still travel within the U.S. You just have to look at the state CDC policies, because a lot of what they're doing is a lot of the states are now requiring you to have a COVID test 72 hours before you arrive. So
Oh, really?
that basically means you're going to have to get a rapid test, which is going to be a little bit more costly.
Oh, cool, cool. That's pretty that's pretty good information to know, because you want to make sure you have those tests. You can't just show up and you're like, hey, I got my ticket booked, and they like,
Coming back home.
yeah, coming back home.
Right.
And so does that increase like on the insurance and stuff like that? Because you got to have some type of travel and insurance or something. Or
Yeah, you can still purchase your travel insurance. It's
okay,
just, you just want to just make sure that you're following the guidelines. Because I think like even some states, like I'm from New York, and they had $29 round trip tickets, but you have
oh
to quarantine for 2 weeks. But
wow,
where you're going. So who has that type of time? If you have a job to come home to. But I think somebody was telling me, one of my friends just moved here from New York, and he said that some of his friends went back home, and they didn't even, they didn't really check or, see if you are staying somewhere and being quarantined for 2 weeks. But it's it's a 50-50 chance. If they
yeah.
catch you and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, they could fine you like $500.
Oh
But
dang, wow.
I don't know how likely that is going to happen. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
Mhm.
I hope these people wish them luck with that. I wish them luck with that, because they sure don't want to get no fine. I definitely wouldn't want to get fined. Now, I wanted to kind of just go back to the beginning real quick, because I like to always, when I'm interviewing somebody, I like to know exactly like a little bit about who you are and where you're from and stuff like that. And I heard you saying that you're from New York, and I was going to ask you that, was you from New York? Did by your email, did that mean something? And
Mhm.
so, where's exactly like, what's some of your foundation, like where you from, and
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, hence Brooklyn TX 713 at yahoo.com. My family I come from Trinidadian background, so I love all the Caribbean stuff that they have here, and that they're promoting in Houston, a
yeah,
large Caribbean community that's trying to come together even more so with this whole coronavirus. Uh,
yeah,
I do personal training. I'm a mobile personal trainer, as well as I have a travel business. And you follow me, so I also do face masks, customized face masks for businesses. Just trying to be creative, find a way to make some money, make some moves.
yeah, definitely, definitely, man. And I think that, a lot of times that your foundation is key, because that's where you get, a lot of your inspiration, a lot of the motivation to do what you do. And is it somebody that's kind of maybe inspired you, or that motivated you to, what I'm saying, have that hustling attitude, and, being able to, align yourself with what you kind of want to do in life?
I think I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. Like, none of my family was in the military, so nobody had their own business. I
Okay.
went to college, got my master's degree, so I felt like I have to utilize it. It doesn't make sense for me to go to college and get a degree in business and I don't use it. So I just figured, let me go ahead and put it to the test. So now I'm working on a nonprofit with a friend of mine. He owns a Pilates studio here in Houston, and the company's called Bodies in Motion. We'll be getting
Okay.
to ramp up soon, and we'll be working with overweight kids and underprivileged communities, trying to target their families, in the African American community, but more so because we don't have that type of representation or anyone trying to help us, to learn more about, eating healthy and knowing that you don't necessarily have to live with these specific diseases. But if we're going to work with the
Yeah.
kids, we have to start with the parents. So we'll be working on that. And then we'll also be working with just single moms, whether they have kids that have autism, battered women,
Okay.
name it. Anything that has to do with single moms, we want to be a part of. So I think Lamp LLC,
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
yeah, Lloyd and Patrick, that's how I got in touch with you. I just try to see what they're doing, and hopefully, we'll also be able to do some things together in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Now, have there been any challenges that you face within the different industries, and being able to, accomplish some of the things that you're trying to do?
No, actually, not really. With the training, the personal training, I was doing virtual classes because it seemed like everything was going in that direction. I was working with a company that work with high-rise apartment complexes. So once the gyms shut down and nobody was really going to the gym, they just, had virtual classes. So I was able to do that. I was still working with some of my own clients where I just go to their home and train them. And now some of the apartment complexes are opening back up, but we'll be teaching classes outside. So it's still been
Okay.
a blessing, to be able to still have multiple things on my plate to where it's still generating income. The travel business, like I said, COVID ain't stopping everybody. People still want to travel, even if it's within the U.S. So
Yes.
it hasn't been, I've lost a lot of opportunities, even trying to work with some individuals here in Houston, but eventually we'll get there once everything gets back up and running and people start feeling a little bit more comfortable. But with the masks, I just was just kind of going to restaurants and seeing that everybody had different masks, like
Yeah,
some
that's what that's
skin.
that's what I was gonna say. Like you continuously, like you creating different opportunities for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's amazing because, a lot of times, a person gets stuck on just doing one thing, or just going to work and coming home, and being comfortable with that. But you continue to, create opportunities for yourself. And I think that's, is something great. And how do you, like when you sit back and think about it, I'm sure you just like laugh sometimes, like, man, it's like I can't even stop, huh?
I can't. I already can't sit still. So the whole coronavirus was just, everybody that knows me knows I'm always on the move, and it's just like I know you're dying over there, so I have to find something to keep me busy because I will go crazy,
Yeah. And
So
I've seen a lot of people with those masks that you make.
mhm.
Uh, and so I can hit you up and just get anything I want on it.
Yeah, just send me your
Pretty much.
design. I can do your logo. I can do, if you have a motto, it can be a sports team, whatever it is that you want, we can make it work for you. I would say from this, some of the experience that I've seen, like if we do the logo in the front of the full mask, it's harder
Okay.
to breathe. So I'd recommend to do it on the side. Um,
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
done some flags, Caribbean flags for people. Like one of my friends, like he was actually the only person that told me that I
Uh-huh.
can't breathe through it. He's like, try blowing. And I was just, because his was like the whole mask was, and it's vinyl. So it's plastic essentially.
Right. Right.
So I was like, well, nobody's complained. I said, but you know what? I will definitely take that into consideration going forward. So, if anybody wants anything customized, just let me know. Maskables by Monique. I'm on Facebook. Or you can, if they're watching the show, they can get my information afterwards. I think you'll put it up, and you
Yeah.
know.
We got it up there. We're keeping it going now.
And
We got it
I'm glad
going.
you're doing this in Richmond for
Huh?
Richmond small businesses. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. This is I was, through COVID, COVID kind of, had me in, into like wanting to create something where I could start bringing more, small businesses and people, entrepreneurs on the local levels together, because I think I saw opportunity, just like, you saw different opportunities. I saw one that, nobody was really in that lane, and I was like, you know what, this would be a chance for me to do something I love to do, and, being able to network and create a network circle for businesses. That way, they can actually, work with each other as well.
That's great. That's great.
So
And
yeah, definitely.
we can promote more Black-owned businesses.
Yeah,
You.
yeah, and that's a huge focus, because it's 100% black owned, and so I got a great sponsor, with Nextdoor app. We got the group on there, so we up to about 200 members in just maybe
So I'm
three
on
three
there.
months.
How do we get onto your platform on Nextdoor? Because I'm on Nextdoor. But I
Okay,
didn't.
you just have to go to, if you're on next door, you just have to go to, you can either search Richmond creators and small businesses,
Mhm.
or you can go to the group section and search for Richmond creators and small businesses.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and I believe we probably the largest group. And, like I say, it's only been 3 months or so, and it's over 200 members now. As far as, and I would say 150 at least are entrepreneurs and small business owners. That's members. So it's a great circle. A lot of people work together. They network with each other. In between comments, everybody supports each other. So it's really a positive platform that I'm glad I was able to kind of create and get
Awesome.
put together.
That's good.
So 3 things people need to know before they go traveling.
Before they go traveling, definitely depending on where they're going, see if you have to have a coronavirus test.
Okay.
Find out what the CDC laws are going to be, and
Okay.
be ready to have some fun.
Be ready to have some fun. That's it. Pretty much it. That's pretty much simple.
We've been sitting down for a long time.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Now, what does it take uh, to be able to travel as much as you do? Because you travel pretty often, right?
I was.
Was
I have to
and
keep it local,
and
now.
and the personal training. I guess that's you've created that type of. I guess that's really a lifestyle. You know what I mean? In a sense, now that you kind of created for your own self
Mhm.
around your work.
Yeah, it's really flexible. I like the fact I like to be mobile because I don't have any overhead costs. It's just me really being a motivational support to someone, or a lot of times I'll work with like couples, husband and wives. I've done boot camps. I've worked with kids. It's just really whatever your client is looking for. But it's
Mhm.
more so just because a lot of times people won't work out if they don't have anybody to hold them accountable. So it's really more about that than anything else. So
Right.
even if they had a gym membership, we know how many people have gym memberships and don't go to the gym. So I
Yeah.
really love what I do. I've been doing it for over 13 years. Um, I've always been in that, in the athletic realm. So it
Yeah.
just stuck with me. I ran track, played soccer in high school, growing up, middle school, high school.
Mhm.
My mom had me in all these activities, when I was younger. So it just stuck with me. And I just try to find a way of how I can carry it on as an adult. So
True. True.
that's the way.
Okay. So, along with knowing 3 things that they need to do before they go traveling, what are some of the biggest traveling trends that you're seeing at the moment?
Um, I think really people are just trying to find somewhere to go. I don't necessarily think there's a trend. I would say the trend right now is Mexico, because that's,
Okay.
like I said, there's no real travel restrictions. I don't think they had a lot of coronavirus cases from what I've read.
Okay.
But still having to have safety precautions, going to the airport, wearing your mask, even if you are, at the beach.
Mhm.
Sure, some of these resorts are still going to have some type of social distancing.
And
Um,
where can you fly into Mexico?
you can fly to Cancun is like one of the main airports. So depending on
Okay.
where your resort is, you might be in Playa del Carmen. You can have a shuttle take you there. You might be in Cancun. You
And
might.
what about like Brazil or
I know a lot of.
those other countries that's over there? Do you recommend any of those?
Not right now.
Not right now.
A lot of European and South American countries, even Central America, are still going through their phases with coronavirus. They have not opened up their borders for U.S. travel.
Okay.
If you are, for example, a government employee, different
Mhm.
story. If you have to travel across the border, it is open up to you. But from what I've seen, um, a lot of these countries are not opening their borders to the U.S. right now. So it's just like I said, Mexico. I know some, islands are starting to reopen and are kind of at the end of their phases and will allow you to come. But
Mhm.
there's different documents that you have to complete. So depending on where you want to go, just check, those CDC guidelines, because we are in Texas, we are on the list of the high risk states. So more than likely, you're either going to have to quarantine wherever you go, if you're able to go somewhere, and you're going to have to probably take a coronavirus test within 72 hours upon arrival, with the exception of Mexico. And I do know, like DC, you can go to DC. I think they may just take your temperature at the airport. Atlanta, people going to Atlanta.
Right.
So, it's like some of these places are not requiring that strict guideline, but it just, I think, all depends on what state you're coming from. And since we're on that list,
Yeah. Okay, now something I wanted to ask somebody who's a professional about or knew anything about traveling. What do you think? Because I know nobody is trying to go to China right now anyway. But what did you think about this big ordeal with, Trump in China, and how he pretty much then almost cut off everything? You know what I'm saying? It feel like to me like we in danger over there now. So what do you think about that as far as, travel and stuff like that for Americans?
I wouldn't travel there right now. I just think, just with the whole situation, because it stemmed from there, I wouldn't go there. My personal opinion. But, somebody wants to go to China, it's going to be tough. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I haven't been keeping up, honestly, with China enough as far as the guidelines to see how are things going on over there. But I know it started. I think right now, because they did quarantine as in the early time frame that they did, they're not seeing a whole lot of cases like we are after we reopened, here.
Yeah.
Because they were very strict. They were like, y'all shutting it down for 2 weeks. No, they were locking people up in their houses. And from what I heard was that the whole thing with the 5G was that they were provided, their masks had like some type of 5G technology where they could already tell who had the coronavirus because it could read your temperature. I don't know how true that is. Some people say conspiracy theory, but I don't believe in conspiracy theory. I believe that they're facts, but they want us to believe they're conspiracy theories. But
that's what they want. Yeah, that's what they want. Yeah,
it's all control. They're trying to set up one world government. At the end of the day, the Bible has to play out the way that it has to play out. So
that's and hopefully we can get this virus taken care of, and the antidote. And
I think a lot of people are starting to realize what's going on, with the government, and they're starting to wake up and just not living in fear. Not saying that the coronavirus is not real. It's definitely affecting a lot of people, millions of people. I don't know if you have heard about Berlin. They stood against the coronavirus, but this just goes to show you how you can't believe everything that you hear on TV, because it's all fake news. I think they said like 10,000 people in Berlin protested against the coronavirus, but it really was 1.3 million.
Wow.
Yeah, so good for them. I think they're just kind of like, we ain't with this.
Yeah, man, and that's and that's great. I've seen a lot of countries standing up, and rally together, on a certain causes, and that's been the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you definitely have to. So, you was mentioning about special offers that you had, for people. What were some of those things that you had, that people can get in touch with you on?
It's really going to just depend on where they're going, the time frame that they're going for. But I do have packages, like I said, to Mexico. However, I just priced myself and a friend of mine coming from Atlanta. We're going and we're paying. Well, we're splitting it up because we're coming from two different places. But let's say if you're coming from, both people coming from Houston going to Mexico, I'd say an average 3-4 days, I can get you an international package, all inclusive, for about $450 per person.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right now it's cheap because they want people to come in.
Right.
They've lost so much business, and then on top of that, on top of the price, they're doing like spa credits,
Mhm.
giving different coupons that you could put towards pictures, dinner, um,
Okay.
not dinner, but like like some of the restaurants, even though it's all inclusive, some restaurants are a la carte and
Hmm.
resort. So that basically means you got to pay out of pocket. So the coupons that they're providing can go towards that type of fine dining. Um, and then you may also have access to other resorts that where their shuttle, the hotel shuttle will take you to. So you basically will have access to your resort, all inclusive, plus another sister property. Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of good deals going on right now.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, so I may have to hit you up about Mexico because and get some more information about that because I have a couple of weeks of vacation
There you go.
and so I need to try to plan me a trip. Now, a big question also, a lot of people want to know this. If you're single and you want to travel,
Hmm.
you don't have nobody to travel with, you know, but you know that, it's probably not your best bet to like just go somewhere by yourself,
Hmm.
uh, at least out of the country. You may be able to get away with it in the States, but out of the country, what, what is there anything that, as far as travel agent, that you can like put me in, like, let's say a group, trip or
Hmm.
things like that. What kind of options does a single person have if they still want to be able to travel?
Yeah, there are a lot of travel groups. I have a travel group myself called Out of Office, and the whole
Okay.
purpose of it was designed for people who, maybe their significant other can't go when they're ready to go, maybe because they have to work or a girlfriend can't go with them, and they might have found a good deal, but they can't go. So it's just really designed, to have a travel buddy, but there's a whole bunch of different travel groups on Facebook you can find. If anybody's interested, let me know. I already have some that I, post on. I can give you some information on you. Okay, I will tell you. I will text it to you.
me,
Uh,
me, I'm
but
interested. But,
you also, I mean, even if you just go by yourself, there are some resorts where you can, because a lot of times when you go somewhere, whether it's a cruise or traveling, you're paying for a double occupancy. But there are
right.
some like cruise lines where. Well, you can't go on a cruise right now, but just for future reference, where they have it to where you can, they call them single cabins, and it's not as expensive as it, to where you have to pay double price. Um,
Mhm.
and then they even have, I can even find you if you're wanting single groups as far as trips or,
Yeah.
just different things that they have for single individuals. So
Okay.
I will definitely hit you up with that information after this. And if you want to share it with the guests, feel free.
Yeah, definitely we'll have to do that.
Hmm.
Definitely we'll have to do that. Now, I do blueprints, cover boards,
Okay.
and so I write down some things that that I try to touch base on or that we discuss, and that I think that are great fit for small businesses or entrepreneurs, at least if they starting out their business. And so we touched on a lot of them, but I want to just let's see. I'm gonna throw like five of them at you real quick and let you just kind of just tell me this your thought on them.
Okay.
Building relationships.
I knew you were going to say that. I was looking at that one.
Yeah.
That's the really essential part of being an entrepreneur is building relationships. You have to network. You have to come on podcasts. You have to get your name out there.
Mhm.
Posting, advertising. Facebook has where you can promote your posts. You can pay for advertisement where it may be distributed to so many, people in different areas of Houston or outside of Houston. But building relationships is essential in any business. If you don't have relationships, you're not
Mhm.
going to survive.
Okay. Good, good. All right, let's see. Operate in your strength.
Operating your strength, I don't know about that one. Only as far as when I say that, my mom always tells me she thinks I'm doing too much. Focus on one thing. My uncle's like, you're not Trini, you're Jamaican. I'm just like, hey, I'm just trying to make money.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like if anybody has a passion for whatever it may be, try it, because you never know what you're going to be successful at until you try it. Even if you want to do multiple things, in my opinion, some people will say, focus on one thing at a time or focus on what you think you're good at. And then once you get that down, then go on to the next, thing. That's not me. That's not my perspective at all. I feel like I'm going to try. I swear to you, this mask business, I was talking to my boyfriend about it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to try it and see what happens. And it blew up like quickly. I didn't expect to have as many people ordering masks, but guess what I had to do? I had to build relationships. I had to reach out to people on all of the Black Houston businesses. I would just go on individual people's pages and say, hey, my name is Monique. I'm a Black individual business owner. I make customized masks. If I go to a restaurant, same thing. I notice if there's no uniformity, the general manager or, marketing person, they'll come out while I'm eating dinner. Hi, how can I help you? And I'll just tell them who I am and what I do. Get their card. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I've had a lot of different businesses, from food trucks to realtors, food restaurants, firefighters. I mean, I have somebody that's just purchased. Oh Lord, I can't even think of the name. Kind of like Black Lives Matter, but I guess he's a police officer or law enforcement, so he wanted Blue Lives Matter masks. So whatever everybody wants, these masks ain't going anywhere anytime soon. So I just felt like, let me just take this opportunity and just see where it goes. So I say operate in your strength as far as if you have a passion or you have a desire to try something or do something, do it. I mean, the worst somebody can say is no, but at least you say, hey, at least I tried. And then you don't have to worry about any regrets later.
Yeah, true. And that's good. I like to spin on that, because definitely it could be a passion as well. It definitely could be a passion. I had the same discussion with somebody today at work, and it can definitely be a passion also. Okay, the third one, let's say have realistic expectations.
Yes, you have to have realistic expectations. You're not going to be a millionaire overnight. We would love to be, right? But you just have to, just kind of pace yourself and know that sometimes people are going to say no. Somebody may not want to be on your podcast, or somebody may not want to come and get their nails done at your salon. No matter how you try to advertise, or a lot of times we even try to go through our friends. I don't feel like sometimes all of our friends are always there to support us or really may want to help us. So you have to, trust in yourself, trust yourself. And, you do have to have realistic expectations. It may not, you have to know that there may be a curveball that may come along with it, or, you may fail at first, but, just look at Kentucky. With his idea, when he went to so many people and they told him no, but it only takes that one door to open. And that's when it'll be off.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. 4, let's see. And with that, I guess the next one would be know your customer wants.
Yes. If you have a product, you have to know what they want out of that product. Even whatever you decide that you want to do in business, you have to see what the demand is at that time. Because if there's not a demand, it's not going to work. So, for example, if I decided I want to have a massive business before coronavirus, you know what I mean? It would not have been successful.
Right, exactly. So you pick, so you know what's in need and know what's in demand.
Absolutely.
Totally. And number 5, let's say, don't get distracted.
Yeah, you do have to stay focused. A lot of things.
No, I'm gonna take that one back. I'm gonna
Okay.
take that one back. Make it happen.
Make it happen. You got to make it happen.
Make it happen.
You just got to make it happen. That speaks for itself. I don't think I have to explain that one. You just got to make it happen. You just got to find what it is that you're trying to do, have goals, set goals, and, and trying to achieve your goals, making it happen however that may be. But, through advertising, through marketing, through relationships, just got to make it happen.
Definitely. Monique, it's been great speaking with you tonight.
Thank you. I really
been great speaking with you.
I've been bugging you forever. Like, don't forget about me, Chris.
Yes, definitely. And I would tell people all the time, man, I got you. If I tell you I got you. It just take some time to take it. I have it. I got it be in the crock pot. So it's slow cooking, and it take a little while before it get done. So. And I had just like you, I got a full-time job. I take care of my kids, and I got other things that I do as well. So
wear multiple hats as entrepreneurs sometimes.
Yeah, and I want to make sure that when I try to get into something, I can put my full energy into it instead of just halfway doing it. So I want to be able to get the best presentation, the best product as well. So hopefully, you enjoyed it as well.
I did. Thank you so much. And I'll definitely be hitting you up again for Bodies in Motion. My partner will be, like I said, we're going to start with a backpack drive for the end of probably the last week of August or maybe that first week of September. Because I know HIST school, they start on the 8th. Okay. So we'll definitely be working with backpack drives. I'll be working with another individual who has a nonprofit. So we're going to kind of combine. We might even combine with LAMP. I'm trying to see. I'm checking with Patrick to see if we can do something with them as well. But any good things to come, I'll definitely keep you posted and keep me posted. I will send you that information for single travel after the show.
Please do. And let the people know your tags and your contact information as well so they know how to get in touch with you.
Yes. On Instagram, I am making moves with _Monique. You can also find my website on http:// Monique Hoggard, HOGGARD.intellitravel.com. It's a long one. /booktravel.cfm. And for Get Fit, Stay Fit personal training, my email address is brooklyntx713@yahoo.com. And gfsf.bigcartel.com is also my website. So it's probably just easier to email me, brooklyntx713@yahoo.com. Or Instagram, making moves with _Monique.
Definitely. We have your Instagram at the bottom of the screen so people can see it as well and go to it and follow it. So definitely appreciate you tonight. It was great talking with you again, and we will have you back on here soon. Appreciate everyone that watched the show. Hope you guys.
Congratulations to you and your new show and what you're doing.
Thank you. And definitely make sure you find it on the app, on the Nextdoor app. If you have an issue with it, let me know. I'll be able to. I believe I can send you a link. So
send me a link. Yeah, then I can join.
Yeah, I'll just send you the link directly.
Okay.
I'll keep in touch. Let me know if it's anything I can do to help. As far as school drive and anything that you guys put together. I definitely would want to support it. If I can have you on here, y'all want to speak about it further, just let me know. Definitely love to do that as well. So
that'd be great. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, good. Have a good night. It's good talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. Definitely. Great speaking with Monique tonight. Get fit, stay fit, and making moves with Monique. She's a travel agent, personal trainer, serial entrepreneur, as you guys heard in the interview. So definitely make sure you go follow her on Instagram at Making Moves with _ Monique. That's at the bottom of the screen. So definitely make sure you also go follow Rich Creators TV on Instagram. It's at the bottom of the screen. On Facebook, it's Richmond Creators and Small Businesses. Definitely had a great night. It's your boy Chris Dubai. Make sure you stay tuned in. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Keep you updated with the next guest we have tomorrow. We got Crystal Dooms and Shannon Rivers be here. Arthur, entertainment manager. So we'll definitely be talking about music, being managing in the entertainment business, being an author, and different things that these guys have been through. So have a good night. Oh, before I go, Saturday, August 8th, we got Michael Tobert. He'll be here. Triple M's